Alright, welcome back to another video. This is a quick guide on how to play two-handed charge physical paladin. So I'm using a death and an ethereal two-handed colossal sword. G-face, 3 sockets, 1200 or 120 enhanced damage from jewels. Atmos gives us amplified damage to break immunes. A fortitude for enhanced damage. Soul drainers for physical pierce. We got a wisp protector for Heart of the Wolverine to give us more ED. Raven for cannot be frozen. Verdungos for some survivability, and Gore Riders with all res for a bunch of damage. On the Merc, we're running a Pride and some stuff for him to live. And he kind of cranks just on his own. He does like 10k once we're in the field there. Sheet damage is 11 to 23k in town. Full resistances, and our chance to hit is extremely high. 94 when I get out here. Goes to 100 from Blessed Aim. So we're always hitting, we're always balling. I got Hellfire Torch, Annie, I'm running a Geeds. I got a bunch of all-res Grand Charms, and then I've got max damage mixed in there with some other, resistances. So for skills, you want to max charge and its synergy, so that means Vigor and Might. You want to put a bunch of points in Blessed Aim to get your passive reduced target defense by whatever, 2% per base level, up to 15 is good. And then you're going to bump the rest in Holy Sword and make sure you get one down to Joust. Easy peasy. For the stat allocation, you want to get like around 200 strength. Don't be afraid to get more than you need because it gives you damage. And around 180 dex for the attack rating. And then the rest goes into vitality. Alright, so what do you want to do? The best way to actually map with this character is to do fortified maps. Because you're running 100% crushing blows and about 65% deadly strike once I got the aura. Your damage is really high, so the tankier the mobs, the better for you, because if you hit them like twice, they're going to die, no matter how tanky they are. And that's what we're doing. So this is the map I'm doing. You always want to fortify these maps, okay? How do you fortify them? Fortify them, you go over here, you get one of these. Orb of Fortification. The bitch down in town here in Act 5 sells them. So it doubles the health, makes them do a bit more damage, but it doubles their drop chances and their loot. And that's of the base density. So anytime you have a map and you roll higher density on the map, the Fortify doesn't reduce that. It just reduces the base density. Okay, great. You also want to be using Catalyst Shards to make sure you get an event. Events are mint. I just got a Geeds event. Didn't buy anything good from him because he's a fucking bastard, but that's okay. Standard of Heroes. Now I'm a big shill for Standard of Heroes because I'm selling them, but yeah, they're still actually really good. 20% density. Now that they've nerfed the base density of maps is a lot. So you do want to first you want to slam it after you get a mod that gives you either 3% chance of dropping weapons or armor or crafting things. That's the best one you want. It's going to give you the most amount of bang for your buck. You want to make sure there's no modifiers that make enemies take less physical damage, and that's it. You can basically ignore everything else. Then you want to slam it, fortify it, make it heroic, and then add a Catalyst Shard. Okay, so let's just jump in here really quick. We're going to buff ourselves with Holy Sword, great, and then we're going to swap. On our swap, we're using a Demon Limb. That's going to give us more attack rating, even though we don't need it, but a bit of fire damage is cool. And then, yeah, we're going to summon our Blood Golem from our death, because he's cool to have. He dies a lot, though. And then we're going to summon our Spirit to give us more ED. So, you can see, buffed, we're doing 12 to 25k damage, okay? Chance to hit, 100%, okay? 66 Deadly Strike. It is Diablo, so we want 6s. And Crushing Blows at 100. So, let's take a look at how crunchy it is and how it looks. Basically, we come in here, and because there's not that many mobs around, it works in our favor because we don't have much splash damage, because melee splash is still kind of bad. And yeah, it's like 1 or 2 hits, everything dies, and you're going to be getting tons of gear because of all the things I already said. And yeah, the only thing that's dangerous to you is archers and spear throwers and other fucks that like throw shit at you. So if you see those, you want to just charge them first. Otherwise, just fucking right-click stuff and it dies. Yeah, get rich.